How's it going, guys? Liam here from AltSignals. Today we're going to be discussing Cardano. We're going to have a look at some technical analysis, the news, what's going on at the moment, and finally we will look at the AltTrader Indicator and see how well it did on Cardano. And as always, if you could give us a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and let's jump into it. Okay, so in the news we've heard that Cardano has begun the Alonzo testnet in the first step towards smart contracts. That will allow the ability to build a DeFi ecosystem for the first time. So Alonzo is the next step in a series of upgrades to the blockchain that will bring new features like smart contracts and the ability for a decentralized finance ecosystem. Alonzo marks the last phase of the network's Goguen era. So essentially, we are now coming to a point where by August we should see some kind of setup for Cardano that essentially will start to allow people to build DeFi applications for the first time. So this is big news for Cardano. Obviously, there's no guarantee that we'll see this by August, but as you can imagine, that's what they're looking for over the next 90 days. So potentially what we could see is a massive upturn on Cardano around August time. So potentially this could be a good point to kind of buy in with the drop that we've had recently. So let's jump into the chart. Okay, so here we are in the chart. So as you can see, we've had this descending correction, and also once the 200 EMA moving average was hit, we saw a breakout or a big push which broke the descending correction here. As you can see, this basically confirms that the bulls were back in the market. A few important things to keep your eye on is the 185 level. As you can see, when we had this here in the previous structure, we saw a 40% drop in terms of this particular level here. So what we're currently looking for is, or what we think we could be in, is a bullish correction. For that, what we want to be looking at is this kind of 1600 area, or $1.60 area, and from that what we would expect to see is an upward trend moving forward. Again, once this is kind of an area where we want to keep an eye on. Once it breaks the 185, then we should be looking at new all-time highs. And again, that could potentially fit in with the news regarding the Alonzo testnet as well. So if we just quickly look at the new bars, as you can see here, we stayed around sort of 150 area, dropped down to 130, and now here we are heading back up. And I reckon over the next 2 to 3 days, I don't see why we wouldn't see 185, and potentially that could be a point where we start to see a breakout and start moving on the up going forward, following along the kind of the 90-day process for the Alonzo testnet as well. That's the technical analysis. Now let's jump into the chart and see how well the AltTrader Indicator did. Okay, so as you can see, we're going to go back from the 29th, so yesterday, and we'll have a look at kind of how well these did in terms of what we got percentage wise. So we would have jumped in around here, and we would have got down to a good 12% on that one move alone. And then we've got this move here, a nice 2.8% there. So again, if we're on $1,000 account with a 10x leverage, then this alone would have hit 1,200, and then this on top is potential for 1,400. We have a sell coming here for, let's call it 1,500 now, and then we've got this big move that we caught this morning. So let's see here, so 17%, so another 1,700 there. So as you can see, those trades alone would have paid for the whole month in terms of your subscription to the AltTrader Indicator or even the Binance signals, and you would have a good amount of money left over to continue to build your pot and obviously manage your risk, as we always say. So again, perfect moves there, over what, $3,000 in terms of the amount of money you could have earned from doing this particular trades that the AltTrader Indicator did. Again, we're still on the Power 67, we're still testing that on the 5-minute chart for Cardano USDT perpetual futures contract on Binance, and that's pretty much it, guys. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and you can see above there you can look at our previous video regarding paper trading and how that'll help you making your decisions and trading moving forward. We'll catch you in the next one.